Give me
Let me ask you this. We hear a lot from LeBron James and these very, very wealthy athletes and commissioners of the NFL and the NBA, and again, very wealthy individuals in Hollywood, both white and black, who do not live in these communities they claim to be defending, and the so-called revolution they claim to be promoting. What do you make of these folks?
I'm always speaking out against these people, especially LeBron James. I mean, this is a man that lives in a $100 million mansion in Bel Air, and I always say, if you're suffering through racism, please give me some of that. He's got a white gardener, a white chef, all various white people that work for him, a white driver. So if that's racism, LeBron, please share some of that with the rest of us. But, on a more serious note, I want to say something that will really uplift Americans, because sometimes I know when you see that stuff, it can seem so depressing over and over on the news. If I opened my inbox and showed you the amount of celebrities that have written me privately, that silent majority that we're always talking about, they've written to me and said, I'm finally starting to see the truth. I can't stand being in Hollywood. I'm not allowed to use my voice to say what I actually believe. These are the same celebrities that are actually posting the black squares on Instagram and saying we must care about black lives. And they're saying they're doing it basically under duress, because if they don't, they'll lose their entire careers. So don't believe that things aren't shifting just because we see people like LeBron James and the NBA painting Black Lives Matter on the ground. There is something shaking and something happening in this country, and more people are awake and alive to what's really at risk, which is really the values and the principles that this country was built upon.
When you walk down the streets, when you eat at restaurants and so forth, many people know who you are, particularly people who despise you, like Black Lives Matter and others. Do you fear for your safety?
I never fear for my safety, and I will tell you why. Because the left they're actually extreme cowards. They only work well if they're in groups. If they see me and I'm walking down the street one-on-one, they don't say anything. I know when to expect them to act out, and that's usually going to be if I'm doing a college campus or I'm doing a speech, and they can show up in, hordes, and there can be 400 of them outside to say things. I don't fear for my safety. I know I'm a particularly brave person, and I think that what we're seeing right now, as crazy as it looks, it's really the last squeals of a dying animal. They feel threatened. Their foundation is threatened. Minorities are waking up in this country. We represent the Achilles heel to the Democratic Party and to liberal ideology. And when minorities are awake, all of the games have to stop, because what they love to use, we are the conduit, right? White supremacy, racism, these are the things that they claim to be fighting, even though what they're really trying to do is usher in a period of racism, right? They're pro-segregationists. And I think that I'm unbelievably optimistic every single day, because when I hear them screaming, what I see and what I hear is fear.
Candice Owens, the book is Blackout. When we come back, I want to ask you this.